Hey guys, how's it going? My name's Carl and welcome to my channel. Thanks for watching the video. This video is going to cover the three main principles of building muscle that you need to know. If you watch this, you pay attention, and you follow it, you'll get to about 85 to 90% of your natural potential. Now, obviously, there's different supplements and there's steroids, which is a whole other topic that I won't cover here, but these basics will get you going and it'll get you on the right path. Today, we're going to talk about training. We're going to talk about diet and nutrition and rest and recovery. So let's get into training. So for training, you need to train with weights or machines. These will allow you to most effectively increase the loads on your muscles, and to progress in the gym in an efficient manner. You can train with body weight and see some results, but it's not as efficient and it's not as optimal, mostly due to the fact that at a certain point, you can't increase the load that you are putting on yourself. You know, you kind of max out what you're able to do. So you need to follow the principles of progressive overload training. So that basically means that every week you need to increase the load on your muscles. So there's different ways to do this. You can increase the sets, you can increase the reps, and you can increase the weights. And I'll make a video in the future covering this, but those are the basics. You need to train hard, all right? You can't go in the gym and just kind of fiddle around, play on your phone, talk to your buddies all the time. You have to be focused. You have to be breaking a sweat. You have to be exerting yourself. You need to train with good form, okay? You're not going to see progress if you're doing half reps or half squats or cheating the reps all the time, all right? It's just not going to stimulate your growth the way that full range of motion will do, especially if you're a beginner. A lot of time you'll see, professional bodybuilders, they're doing partial range of motion, but they're at a very advanced stage. If you're a beginner and you're just getting into this, you need to train with full range of motion, okay? You need to do 10 to 20 sets per week per body part, all right? If you're a beginner, start with about 10 sets, and as you get more and more advanced, work your way up to 20 sets. All right, it's a slow process. You're not just going to go in the gym your first week and bang out 20 sets in full intensity for your chest or your legs. It's just not going to happen. You're not going to be training correctly. Something's going to break down your form, whatever it may be. When I say 10 to 20 sets, when I say a set, I mean a set that is very close to failure or to failure. Your warm-up sets, they don't count in this. You can see here in this video I'm about to show you that what a set to failure looks like, all right? You can see that at the end, I need my buddy to give me a little bit of assistance because I physically can't push the weight anymore. And then from the top, when I come back down, I'm going slow and I'm getting a full negative in just to add a little bit extra. There's different programs you can do. I personally do a push-pull legs routine. There's the bro split, there's full body, there's upper-lower. I like the push-pull legs routine. It just works the best for me. But whatever you pick, the best thing is the one that's going to keep you in the gym week after week. So whatever you like, that's the one you should do, all right? Even if maybe one is slightly less optimal than another one, if the one you're doing is the one that's going to keep you in the gym, that's what's best. That's the one you should stick with. As for rep range, you want to be in the 6 to 15 rep range for your exercises, okay? When you warm up, you can maybe do more if that's what you like to do. And then if you go less than about 5, maybe 6 reps, you're pretty much just going to be adding strength. You're not really going to be, in the hypertrophic range. You're not going to build as much muscle. Okay, diet and nutrition. So you want to be in a caloric surplus, all right? And what that means is you need to find your maintenance calories. Maintenance calories is what you would eat to maintain your current body weight. The best way to do that is to go online, look up basal metabolic calculator, BMR calculator. put your information in, find it, and then play with that for a few weeks, okay? Because they're not going to be 100% spot on. Track your calories, see what is making the scale move either up or down, and then adjust from there, okay? So if the scale's going down, add a little bit, figure out what keeps you stable, and then that's your maintenance calories. Now, when I say you want to be in a caloric surplus, that means you want to be 200 to maybe 300 calories a day over your caloric surplus, all right? You don't want to go into the 500 to 1,000 range. A lot of guys do this, and then they pack on excessive body fat. They think they're gaining muscle, but really they're just getting fatter. They're not really gaining any more muscle than if they were in like a 200 to 300 range, like I just said. And then when it comes time to cut, they have to spend a longer time in a caloric deficit. And when you're in a caloric deficit, it's much harder to hold on to the muscle that you've gained, and it's definitely a lot harder to build any new muscle. So the least time that you can spend in a caloric deficit, the better. So that's why you don't want to pack on excess body fat. As far as your macros are concerned, you want to hit around 1 gram per pound of body weight per day. Okay, so I weigh 195 pounds and I eat around 200 grams of protein every day. Okay, you can go a little bit above this, a little bit below this, but that's right where you want to be. That's the sweet spot. In my opinion, carbs and fat don't matter as much. All right, your ratios, you obviously will need some fat in your diet. There's a lot of biological processes that fat is very important for, and I'm not going to get into that right now. But if you want to know, I personally get around 30% from protein, I get around 20% from fat, and I get around 50% from carbs. People really try to complicate it, but if you're in a caloric surplus and you're hitting your 1 gram per pound of body weight of protein a day, you're doing really good. Okay, so finally, we're going to talk about rest and recovery. So you want to try to sleep 7 to 8 hours a night. Now, this is where I personally struggle. A lot of times I sleep like 6.5, maybe 7 hours, and then I wake up and I don't go back to bed. So if you have issues sleeping at night, you want to try to get a nap in during the day to supplement that. So for me, the average day I go to work, I come back home, I eat and take a nap, and then I wake up and I go to the gym kind of later on in the evening. And I like to go later on because it's less crowded and there's less traffic. You don't want to be going out partying every weekend. You don't want to be drinking excessively. You don't want to be using recreational drugs. All right. These will all impact your recovery. They're going to impact your ability to train the following day. And if you even get to the gym at all, and you're just going to have crap training sessions. All right. Now, again, I'm not saying you can't ever have any fun. Obviously life's short. Sometimes you want to go out and have some fun with your friends, but keep it moderate, keep it light, have 2 beers or 2 drinks instead of 6. Okay. Don't go out and eat a bunch of pizza because you're drunk. All right. Don't go out every weekend. Go out every other weekend. You have to make some sacrifices sometimes when it comes to, improving your physique. You can't have your cake and eat it too. Okay. Finally, with cardio, you're going to want to not do excessive cardio. Now, cardio is good for you. It's good for your heart. It's good for your stamina. And overall, I think it makes you feel a lot better. But I'm talking about like 20 minutes a day of, steady state, like moderate intensity cardio. If you're doing excessive amounts, I mean like over, an hour, 2 hours a day, something like that, you're going to burn a bunch of calories that you're then going to have to eat. So it's going to maybe make, if you have trouble intaking a lot of food, it's going to make your diet harder. And it's just not good for muscle recovery to do excessive cardio. Okay. So some cardio is good. Too much is bad. So yeah, guys, that was the basics. The video is already over 10 minutes, so I'm going to have to cut it short here. But if you enjoyed it and you want to see some more, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and I appreciate it. All right, guys. Thank you. Have a good day.